what is up everyone, and today we're going to do an unboxing. So I have my friends at Gaahleri that they released this triggered airbrush, so I decided to do an unboxing. I know that a lot of people are looking into, you know, a little bit more comfort and, you know, something that doesn't break the bank. This company is known for making quality products at a budget price. Now, I know some people hear budget and they think that it's going to be like, you know, $20-$30. I believe that they had some of theirs on sale recently, but it wasn't, you know, it wasn't like, you know, $15-$20. You know, but you still got a chunk of discount. So I've always thought that, you know, good quality airbrushes, you know, you're looking at $100, $200, $300. I've seen some airbrushes that are astronomical prices, and I just can't justify the expense, right? So in this case, you know, I was looking for something that was comfortable. I was looking for a trigger-based airbrush. That way I could, you know, rest my hand instead of getting cramps after painting for long hours. So one of my buddies recommended this one, and so this is the Gaahleri D68. So it comes with a 0.38 needle and a 0.5 needle. So let's go ahead and unbox it. So I know that that a lot of people feel that, you know, well, you know, I'm using my, you know, $20 airbrushes and they're working just fine. Well, you know what? That's great. You know, mine are still working. I started painting with some airbrushes that were, you know, I got them straight off of Amazon. I believe they were like $30. You know, they worked just fine. They were great. Just the problem is that, you know, I start getting cramps, and then I've bought a few needles here and there, and then replacement parts are really hard to find for those that are like off-brand like that. So better to go with a company that's trusted, a company that that is all about the hobbies as well. So Gaahleri, if you're watching this, just make sure you guys keep putting out products that are good for us builders there. So when you open the box, you have a, you know, a thank you note from the company itself. You have instructions, which instructions like these you usually see them with like the higher tier, as one might say, airbrushes. Usually you don't see stuff like this with like, you know, budget airbrushes, right? So everything comes secure in this nice display box. Now, I do have to say that for presentation wise, this looks really good. I can appreciate the fact that they put the lube in here, so you don't gotta go out and, you know, hunt for it. Now, the airbrush itself, the weight just feels great. You know, it feels premium. You know, it's just one of those things where you try to steer, you try to look for an airbrush that will, you know, give you that feeling, that premium feeling, and then this is definitely something like that, right? So now I've been looking for it through like trigger airbrushes for a while, but I just couldn't justify the prices on them, right? So like I mentioned, you know, I was recommended this company, so I decided to just go ahead and give them a try. This is a dual action as well, so you click it a little bit. Once you hit that wall, it's just air coming out. Then you press a little bit more, and then the paint starts coming out. It feels great. The trigger feels great. Feels super crisp, right? So it does have your adjustment knob in the back in case you want to lock it a little bit further down or up. The handle itself just feels comfortable. It just feels comfortable in your hand, right? It's just like it's there. You know, not like, you know, you tend to, whenever you grab your airbrush, you tend to like grab it like a pencil and then go like this. Well, you know, I started getting cramps in my hand, I start getting cramps in my hand after like an hour or two painting. So hopefully this will help me out a little bit better, so I can, you know, spend more hours painting, right? So that's what we want to do. We want to spend more time painting, so we can finish our work faster. So like I mentioned before, the trigger feels super crisp, and if you look at it, it just looks and feels premium. Like this is definitely a premium airbrush for a moderate price. You know, it's not astronomical. Like I mentioned, I've seen most of them out there, and you just look at them and you say, well, you know, I can't justify that price. You know, nobody can, right? So features that I can definitely appreciate. It does have a full maintenance guide. So if you look at this right here, So if you look at the box has a diagram. If you want to take it completely apart to clean it, which you should after every big job, then you have a diagram so you know where everything goes in case you got to replace parts or you're looking for specific parts to replace on them. You know, that I really do appreciate. 100% appreciate this from Gaahleri. I also love the fact that they included replacement O-rings for this. Let's all be real. You know, sometimes the O-rings start leaking or they get toasty and then break off, and then you start getting paint everywhere. You know, it's just a mess, right? So, so you want to make sure that you always get one of those airbrushes that also brings extra parts. Now, the good thing about this is that they also sell these parts. So if you needed extra parts from these airbrushes, you could just contact them directly and buy them separate. So that's actually really very handy. I love the fact that they got a protective cap for the needle or the tip of the airbrush, because when you're traveling, unless you're carrying it in the same box, you know, you're mostly probably just going to put it somewhere, and then the needle might get damaged. So this is actually a good plus there. So putting that back in the box there. What else it brings? So it does bring, I kind of take this out. What happened here? Wow, that's pretty hard in there. Well, at least I know that they secure everything that's in their packages. So so as you can see here, so here's one of the nozzles for the needles. I believe this is for the 0.5. Yep, that is correct, for the 0.5 millimeter. The needle for the 0.5 millimeter needle is right here. Now Animas, well, you know, it brings a 3.8 and I'm sorry, a 0.38 and a 0.5, but it doesn't bring a 0.2. Look, I'm gonna be very honest with you. The times that I've used 0.2, it has to be for like minuscule details, and most of the times I end up just hand painting them anyway, right? So it brings a half an ounce, and I think, I'm not sure how much this is. I'm not good at math, so it does have the half ounce. Yeah, the half ounce cap, which is the half ounce, which is this one. Or is that the fluid? So this is the half ounce, and this is the 1 ounce, right? So definitely appreciate that. So maybe I'm wrong. You know, maybe I have it backwards. Maybe it's the other way around, and this one's smaller. But I've never really cared about the, you know, how much you know, what if this is a half ounce or if this is a 1 ounce. I've never cared about that. I just care about how much paint I can put in it, right? So so biggest thing with these airbrushes, like any other airbrush, you have to make sure you maintain them, right? I would suggest that every time you do a big job, you clean your airbrushes, as you should as a painter. So that's always great. So I see something that's just very securely in there. Oh, so this is a quick release attachment. This is actually great. I love that they included this in the kit, so you don't have to go out and like hunt for one, right? Biggest thing about these is I usually try to put like plumber's tape inside of this, so that way I can avoid leaks in the future, right? So I will be using this in my future builds, especially the next one that's coming to the channel, which is the Real Grade Zaku 2. So I will definitely give Gaahleri the run for their money when it comes to this this airbrush, and I will give you the pros and cons whenever we do start painting with it, and then go from there. All right, so let's just take one more look at this. It just looks great, you know. It looks great. Let me put a tank on there so you guys can see it. Maybe not that one because it's stuck. The fact that they got these screw-on tanks, this is great. I love this. I love this. And I mean, for those of you that might think, well, what happens if what if it starts spilling? It won't start spilling because you do have O-rings in there. That's why it's important to always clean your airbrush anyway, so to avoid those O-rings from getting damaged. So, look at this. It just looks great. It feels great in your hand. If you know, the trigger is super crisp. You got a lot of control, you know, with this handle here. So, very looking forward to using this airbrush in my work. So, Gaahleri, keep it up. This is probably the first of many that I will have here in my channel that I will use while working on my builds. So, so keep up the good work, creating very, very premium, you know, products You know, I love it. This looks great. I can't wait to use it. So that's pretty much it. This was just a small unboxing. I will do a full in-depth review once I use it the first time and when it's time to clean it. So thank you guys for watching. See you all next time.